Welcome to English Stories for Listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you genuinely want to be fluent in English.
Once upon a time, in a small town in Ohio, a boy named Ryan sat on a cold stone step. He stared at the empty street. A quiet wind made the lampposts creak. He felt alone. He hugged his thin coat tight. He remembered a promise. His mother had died. Last winter, she fell ill and passed away at dawn. He held her hand until she left. He felt her last breath against his palm. She whispered, "Take care of Emily." He promised with tears in his eyes. He vowed to protect his little sister. Ryan lived with Emily and their old dog, Max. Their house was small and worn. The paint peeled from the door. The roof leaked when it rained. The stove barely kept them warm. Food was scarce and bills piled up. Emily was only 7 years old. She missed her mother's gentle smile. She often cried at night. She asked, "Where is Mommy?" Ryan hugged her tight. He wiped her tears with his coat. He whispered, "I will keep you safe." Ryan found a job at the grocery store. He stocked heavy cans each evening. His back ached from bending. His hands grew rough and calloused. His eyes burned with tiredness. He cried in secret on the bus ride home. He did not want Emily to see. One night, a strange letter arrived at his work. Had no stamp or name. The paper was old and torn. The words were written in shaky ink. It said, "Find the truth." Ryan felt a chill in his chest. He slipped the note into his pocket. That night, he heard footsteps on the porch. He froze in bed. The door creaked open. A shadow moved in the hall. He held his breath. Then the wind slammed the door shut. Emily woke and screamed. He ran to her room and held her close. School was hard for Ryan now. He skipped classes to earn extra pay. His teachers worried when he never spoke up. He felt ashamed of his torn shoes. He missed lessons and fell behind. He dreamed of going back, but could not. A girl named Sarah liked Ryan's gentle smile. She offered to help with his homework. He shook his head. He said, "I have no time." His heart ached at her kindness. He walked away in silence. He would not risk her caring. One day, Emily fell sick with fever. Ryan stayed by her side. He sang lullabies he did not know well. He held her hand until the doctor came. He borrowed money he did not have. He gave the nurse the last of his lunch money. He watched the nurse smile at Emily. The mystery letter burned in his pocket. He opened it again at midnight. He read new words that seemed to glow. "Your father waits." He gasped. His father left when he was a baby. He never returned. Could the note be true? He felt hope and fear at once. By morning, Ryan decided to search for the truth. He found a name on the letter's watermark, Greenwood Mill. He walked there at dawn. He climbed broken stairs and dusty halls. He followed the echo of his own footsteps. He found a locked office door. He blew dust from an old key. Inside, he discovered a faded photograph. It showed his father and mother holding baby Ryan. His father wore a lawyer's suit. His mother smiled bright and proud. Ryan's eyes filled with tears. He pressed the photo to his chest. He searched a dusty filing cabinet. He found a folder with his father's name. Inside lay papers of lost inheritance. Money his father saved. For his family. It had never been claimed. The funds could pay their rent and more. Ryan's heart pounded with hope. He ran back home in the cold morning air. He opened the folder by Emily's bed. He said, "We are safe now." Emily smiled weakly and squeezed his hand. He felt a tear roll down his cheek. He whispered, "I promise a better life." Ryan used the inheritance to fix their home. He bought warm blankets and fresh food. He paid for Emily's medicine. He still felt fear inside him. He thought of the note's last words, "Use your gift." He did not know what that meant yet. He decided to learn properly. He sat with old books at dawn. He practiced letters and words each day. He learned English rules he once missed. He read simple stories at first. His tongue stumbled over each new word. Yet he smiled at each small victory. Soon he taught Emily to read and write. Then he invited neighborhood children. He held classes in his living room. He used chalk on a blackboard against the wall. The children loved his gentle voice. He felt proud to help them learn. Word spread about the boy teacher in Ohio. A local newspaper came to write a story. They called him the street teacher. They praised his courage and kindness. Ryan blushed at the attention. He never sought praise or fame. He only wanted to keep his promise. Donations came from kind strangers. He opened a small school in an old church. He hired a helper named Marcus. Marcus was patient and wise. He helped Ryan with lessons. Together, they taught many children and adults. Ryan became famous across the state. He spoke at events about hope and resilience. He never spoke of his sorrow. He spoke of promise and strength. He built a scholarship fund for poor kids. He remembered his mother's gentle words. With his new wealth, he bought a house for his family. He saved money for Emily's future. He took care of Max until the old dog died in peace. He visited Greenwood Mill to thank the workers. He left flowers where he found the letter. Ryan never forgot his struggle. He said to his students, "Hard times can become our strength." He would look at the sky and feel his mother's pride. He felt his father's love too, at last. His heart was full of sorrow and joy. Emily graduated high school with honors. She hugged Ryan and cried. She said, "Big brother, you saved me." He smiled and said, "You saved me too." They walked into a bright morning together. Ryan's school grew into a community center. He taught languages and life skills. He still sat on that same cold step each dawn, but now he read letters to children and gave them hope. He saw their bright eyes and smiled. His struggle was his greatest gift. He turned pain into promise. He showed the world that love and hard work can heal. He proved that one small promise can change many lives. What will you do when life brings you sorrow? What promise will you make to your own heart?